So if you're anything like I was literally like a year ago, I was very lustful, very sinful. I was completely objectifying women, and I was very much obsessed with the physical. And it led me to do some really bad things and make really bad decisions. But I'm so grateful for God because He was able to completely transform me. And instead, now I see women as beautiful daughters of God. And I do not objectify them as much. Obviously, nobody's perfect. But the point in this video is to help you be able to master the ability to avoid temptation and not give in to lust. Not give in to temptation and commit lust ultimately. So I struggle a lot with pornography, right? That was something I was pretty much addicted to. I did it, 1 to 2 times a day. It was sort of a habit. And in sort of my opinion back then, I saw it as a way of relieving stress. I saw it as a way to just, accept who I was deep down. But really, I was committing a sin, right? Pornography is a sin, and it goes against God. And you've got to realize that if you want to change. Now, the reason it's so bad is because objectifying women is more than just obsessing over their private parts. It's about literally warping and distorting what a woman is and turning her into nothing. It's disrespecting God's creation. See, we were all made in God's image, and you can't disrespect the daughter of God because that is disrespecting God. And the thing is, if you're addicted to pornography, that's going to transition into your daily life. When you're interacting with girls, it's going to come across there. You're going to be viewing girls in a negative way, and you're going to be treating them negatively as well. So it's really important that you drop all that. But it's not as simple as just saying dropping it, right? You've got to literally actively make the right steps to completely rewiring and reprogramming your mind. So what you need to first do is make sure you pray about it every single day. Of course you're going to make mistakes, of course you're going to lust after girls, but guess what I did? I went to God and I repented. Every single night I repented for all the bad things that I did. And He saw that. He saw how humble I was. And even though I was making all these mistakes externally, He saw my internal heart. He saw where I wanted to go and who I wanted to become, and He helped me get there. He saw how honest I was with Him, and He helped me every single day to avoid temptation. And slowly but surely He built my armor and my shield to protect me against the situations which usually would make me sin. So that's very important that you do that. You need to pray to God and ask for His guidance, His help. Now, the next thing you need to do is read scripture. Jesus talks about lust all the time. Just try and embody what Jesus talks about. And every time you think a certain thought, because remember, God can see your thoughts, right? Every time you even have a thought, just think about it for a second. Is it something that's godly? If God sees this thought, what is He going to think about you? If it's something that is sinful, then you need to get rid of it. Because Jesus said, for example, if you're angry, you have committed murder. If you look at a girl lustfully, you have committed adultery with her, right? So if you think about a girl and you objectify her in your head, you've literally committed a sin. You've literally lusted. So lust isn't just about physical action, it's literally your thoughts. That's what Jesus said. So remember, God can see your thoughts. So it's really important that your thoughts are pure. And don't make the excuse of thinking, I'm not in control of my thoughts, because you are. Everyone is in control of their thoughts. And your thoughts stem from your subconscious mind. And what is your subconscious mind? Your identity. If you identify as somebody that lusts after girls and is missing something, there's a hole in you and you're addicted to girls, right? then the thoughts are going to stem from that. So you have to rewire your brain. You have to meditate, you have to pray to God, and you have to spend a lot of time doing internal work to become a disciple of God, to become a man of God that obeys all the laws. And that way, your thoughts that come into your mind will all be clean. Now, what do thoughts turn into? Thoughts turn into feelings. If you think about somebody that makes you angry, you'll feel that emotion, right? Same thing here. If you think about a girl, you'll feel lust, you'll feel passionate, you'll feel all these things, right? Now, what do feelings create? Emotions, right? What is an emotion? Energy in motion, right? So, what does that mean? So, emotions create motion, which create actions. Now, obviously, all the little actions we do throughout the day create your reality. Of course they do. Because if you broke down what your reality is, it's just the steps you do every single day. What are those steps? Those steps, literally just actions. What are those actions? Emotions. What are emotions? Feelings. What are feelings? Thoughts. And what are thoughts? Where do they come from? Your identity. So basically, your identity is your reality. That's sort of the explanation behind that. So you have to first become a different person in order to change your reality. So if you no longer want to lust after girls and sin and just be this person that is obsessed with women and objectifying them, you have to change your identity, completely rewire, reprogram your brain. Now, it's super important that you prioritize building up yourself, right? Find a business, find a passion, find something. If anything, you need multiple things. You need to focus on these day in, day out. So if you're lost and all you do is scroll, absorb people's lives, compare yourself to other people, have no direction, have no purpose, have no goals, have no ambitions, then what's the first thing your body's going to turn to? Your body goes into caveman mode and thinks, oh, I've accomplished everything I need. I have food on my table. I have security, I'm safe, I've got shelter on my head. So now it's thinking about mating, it's thinking about sex, right? Now you need to trick your brain into thinking, no, you're still striving for something. And you can only really do that by tapping into the idea that you need to work towards something. So you have to set goals and stuff like that in place.